guess it was, went to field day in Agronomist, North Carolina, which is a big lot, and they were planting a lot of cover crops, and they had, I said, where are your subsoiler shanks and stuff? Because I'm supposed to plant. I said, well, we have 8 inches of soil on top of bedrock. I said, really? How are y'all farming this? And they said, well, you know, very carefully, and they've got 8 to 10% slopes and very erodible. When they have to plant cover crops as a management tool, may not necessarily because they want to, but we can stay in compliance with the USDA. So another thing with farmers is if they want government benefits, they have to do certain management practices. If not, that's okay.
It's doing wacko on you right now. You can just, I'll put for it.
Okay. So I'm going to talk about some principles here. And Jason covered all those on the storm. Interestingly enough, he said, I always have something growing on the ground. That's critical because this diversity is important, and we want to have a living root in there all the time. That's pumping solar energy into the ground. It's also helping with infiltration. We saw the demonstration out there earlier. And if you put out fertilizer and you don't use it all in your crop, it helps pick that back up. So there's just a lot of different reasons why you want to have a living root out there all the time. Some people are real aggressive with their vegetable crops, and they don't have any bare ground, but even Jason's interseeding the middle. So that's real important because it's cutting down compaction, it's cutting down erosion, it looks nice, and it's feeding the soil. The roots are feeding the microbes below the ground, and keeping the ground covered with straw, mulch, manure, compost, all that's real important because we focus a lot in agriculture on nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, NP and K, as your big micronutrients. So, but we're missing carbon. Carbon is critical because that's what the below ground, that's the organic matter, that is also what the microbes eat in the surface, and that's what we used to do with, back before we had commercial fertilizer, we used green manure and that type of thing. It's all about carbon driving that system. Next slide, please. So I talk to farmers, don't try cover crops if you don't think they will work on free there. You've got to make it work. Jason said, I'm sure the first time around, planting them in the middle, you got to have certain equipment maybe. You got to have somebody to be the skates. You know, you've got all these little things here and there. Each farm's a little different. So somebody that's really wanting to make it work is crucial because you're going to have mistakes and you're going to have things that didn't work so well. And making those adjustments to where they will work is critical. But this is the one tool that if you want weed suppression, I talk to farmers a lot about improving their bottom line, cut down. You know, erosion is one thing going into the creek, but it's also, that's your most productive soil. If you're losing that productive soil, you're cutting down on your yield. We had a lot of controversy on the coast of Plain recently. I don't know if you read about it here. Potato farm came in and they were sucking water out of the river. And they were a mega farm and they were bad news and all this. One thing about those guys is they use cover crops, and they said that they get a 15 to 20% yield reduction if they have a wash on their farm. Whether it's a wash with a projector or bigger, they can't afford erosion. The production costs are so high, and a lot of you that are eating vegetables and strawberries, I mean, you know what an acre that costs. And if you lose in yield just because you've got a wash out there, it's costing you a tremendous amount of money, whether you realize it or not. So he was saying that we pay cover crops to be seeded. Even if we leave a farm and we can't get it planted, we'll pay a neighbor to plant the cover crop. They feel that important about compaction, moisture retention. They said they irrigate 25% less where they have cover crops in their rotation. So it's all about, it's about the environment, but it's also about making the money, paying your bills, and profit margin is very slim in agriculture. And we have a tight limit there. So what can we do? What are some things we can do to make those margins bigger so where we do have a rain event or crop loss, we haven't lost as much money, or we can make more money when we do have a good crop year. So a few things I'm going to talk about is carbon, biomass is one other one. Next slide. So, and I like to talk about instead of biomass, just how tall the cover crop is, because just because you plant a cover crop, depending on how big you let it get, depends on how much benefit we get. So if we do just stop tilling the ground alone, go to no-till or direct seed, somebody mentioned earlier, We started out with organic matter levels in this area probably 4 to 5%, and as we started tilling the ground, those organic matters dropped. I don't know what, do y'all check organic matter up here in the farm? Do you know what yours is? I know. Okay. So I would say it's probably half of what it started out. 2% would probably be gracious, maybe. And so once we stopped tilling and manage our tillage, we had stopped the loss or stopped the bleeding, so to speak, but we haven't increased anything until we start doing no-till and adding cover crops or manure or extra carbon. That's when we can start to improve the soils. This is what we see very commonly in the coastal plain. It's a strip till rig, what he showed earlier, subsolar shank, and you're only disturbing 40% of the surface. And we thought we were doing a good job here, but what's the problem? There's not any residue on the surface. There's nothing to feed that soil. The farmer is saving less diesel by doing that. So there is some savings, but as opposed to full width tillage, but we're just not getting where we need it to be. Next slide. This is one of the arch nemesis of conventional agriculture today. Is a vertical tillage tool with just less disturbance. It says setting the soils free to breathe, and you saw what the tillage did out here. It sets the soil free to breathe, but it also sets it free to run off into the watershed. That right there, does that look like a plow, or does that look like minimal disturbance? It's certainly good disturbance. This was actually done by a vertical tillage tool, and they're selling those as minimizing disturbance. So they're all set up different ways, and management is what I want to talk about, is whether you treat the soil one way or the other. This is the same soil in different managements, and the color's off there a little bit, but which one would you rather farm? Obviously, they want a darker color, higher organic matter. No difference here other than this guy does cover crops and uses manure, chicken litter in this case, and this one is just a conventional agriculture system. These are deep sands, and so anytime we can add organic matter to that soil, we improve productivity and moisture. This is another picture of the strip till rig, and this is a lot of our crops. This is peanuts here, and we're trying to change this way to moving into this. This is peanuts or soybeans coming up into a rye cover crop here. We're planting corn green, so we grow a cover crop all winter long, and then we just drop it in there and plant right into that green cover. We don't disturb the ground, very little disturbance. You can see a little slice there, as opposed to what we've got up here, where we've got a lot of bare soil, and we don't have a lot of food going back to the bugs underneath the surface. Keep going on for the sake of time. I'm going to speed through this. So right here, you don't have to remember this, but we've got a tremendous amount of microorganisms beneath the surface. We're all familiar with nematodes, right? Do you realize that there's only about 6 or 8 bad nematodes, and there's probably 2 to 3 times more than that of beneficial nematodes? We focus on the plant feeders, and we kill everybody. But we've got a lot of nematodes in the soil. We've also got bacteria that's good, fungus that's good, algae, mites, and then you get on down to the bigger stuff that starts showing up. We can see earthworms with our own eye. These are microscopic, obviously, and there's just millions and millions of organisms to the tune of about cow-calf pair per acre, 2,000 to 3,000 pounds of bugs. I call them. I can't say microbes too many times. I get tongue-tied. But so there's a lot of life underneath the soil, and when we do a lot of tillage, we're affecting that one way or the other. We can even.
I bet you methyl bromide is a deadly, totally damaging to
sterilizes the soil. Yes. So we're killing everybody for the sake of 1 or 2 bad ones. What we're trying to promote is turning the soil back into a situation where everybody's unbound. Nematodes are generally a problem in your what kind of soil? Heavy or light soil? You see them worse, and y'all are mostly all heavy up here probably. But at home we have a sandier soil, and we generally have no nematode problems. That's because those sandy soils don't have much life on them.
We seem to have nematodes everywhere.
Well, there may be reasons for that. So when I go out to a farm, the first thing I'm looking for, a colleague of mine said it'll take me about 5 minutes to tell you if you've got a healthy soil. It's going to take me 4 minutes to walk out into your field. We can take a shovelful and start looking at the color, and then we're really looking for life. We're looking for signs of life. We're looking for residue on the surface. got to pay off. And you talked about labor earlier. The biggest hindrance I see on farmers with cover crops and their operations is time. The seed cost is very minimal when you look at all the benefits that you're getting. So I don't focus on cost too much. That's going to be fairly cheap. The biggest cost it's going to take is time. It's going to be time to implement it. You mentioned you want to get out in the field. You're done harvest. You work hard all summer long. The last thing you want to do is go back out there and plant a cover crop. You kind of want to go to the beach or go somewhere else and do something else. But keeping that ground covered takes time. It also takes time to make that operation work. You talk about research, trial and error. This didn't work so good, let's try this. So you want to slowly implement this on your farm. I mentioned here cost. You want to keep it around $30 per acre. If you're small scale, you can go higher. But what we find is you need less plants, and we promote multi-species. We want you to grow different crops. And I'll talk about that in just a second. This is some work that I did looking at, this is what agronomists who work for the government do. We just want to get out of the office so bad that we go out there with scissors and clip winter weeds. But there's only about 1,000 pounds an acre of winter weeds. Folks are telling me, well, we don't need cover crop because we have winter weeds. We've got something growing out there all the time in South Carolina, so we don't need the cover crop. Well, that was about 1,000 pounds, but if you plant a mixed species, you can start getting up pretty quick. This is just ankle high cover crop, so it's only about that high, and the value there is $15 for the winter weeds when you look at the nutrients in there, but it's $30 if you plant a cover crop. So we've already recouped our investment on the seed cost if we just let it get up about this tall. What I'm trying to get producers to do is get it up knee high. This is this white flower is radish, and this is vetch here growing in a farm field. There's a center pivot in this field. This is big scale agriculture. I showed you a picture earlier where the guy was planting corn green. So this is in March here. We're standing in this field and we're doing some calculations on how much growth we've got above there. And we came out to the tune of about 4,500 pounds per acre. And that, if you do the calculations, most of this material is nitrogen and potassium. And we've got a value there of $57 per acre. So we doubled our recoupment. The problem with that is that material breaks down very quickly. There's that corn coming up into that residue. I told you it's knee high. Look at how much is left. This is April 28th, roughly 1 month after they planted that corn, and all that residue is gone. So if you want weed suppression, if you've got vegetables or soybeans that can't be laid, and you want weed suppression, and you plant cover crops for weed suppression, the type of species you pick will affect that. There's very little weed suppression here, but however, there's a lot of nitrogen, a lot of potassium. That's irrigated corn. They wanted that food, and so they're growing that. That was corn on corn, and you see there's very little corn stalks there. That residue is already breaking down. That's a sign of a healthy system. We want the residue to be breaking down by the bugs. It's releasing nutrients. The bugs are digesting that material. So that's a good sign when we're talking about soil health. The reason why we know this works, those of you that are in the hay business or dealt with hay, I did in my younger life, and I don't know if I was on a farm, I grew up on a farm, and had 50 cows when I got home from school. When you move these hay bales, look at this little green ring here. What is that? Maybe a little bit of extra moisture from that hay bale there, but it's also this residue that was under that hay bale starting to break down, and it's feeding the grass around there. Does that make sense? So this material out of that hay bale is getting digested by the bugs, and it's leaking out nutrients. And that grass around the edge is taking it up. So we can see this in other places, but we don't think about it when we put mulch out in our garden or mulch out in the crop field. We think, well, that's just a waste. We're trying to get weed suppression, but we get a lot of nutrients out of this stuff too. We talk to pasture folks all the time about making hay and feeding the cows. You might be better off buying that hay because you're getting not only the hay from the cows, but you're getting nutrients back from the pasture. This is what we try to get producers to go to is head high. So we started at ankle high, we went to knee high, and then we go to head high. And what I mean by this is it's a tremendous amount, 7,000 to 9,000 pounds of dry matter out there on that field. And the nutrient value is tremendous. They're also getting weed suppression with that, and so there's a lot of benefits to that. So this is the old way of cover crop, and then we try to move into this heavy biomass where we're planting into it, we're feeding the ground, cutting down the weeds, and we don't have any erosion issues.
What about insects coming up from that to attack the new crop?
That's a good question. Occasionally we'll put out on that early planting, or maybe got armworm, that kind of thing, we'll put out my report. But for the most part, most of these growers have cut back tremendously on their insecticide. So much so because they see beneficials that are in here. I mean, you'll see ladybugs, you'll see spiders, you'll see all kinds of stuff. And when you get into that material, you don't want to walk in there. I mean, it's huge. And so they're actually backing way off of their insecticide use because they have the beneficials. The first year, when you first get into it, if you've been conventional for a long time, that seems, far-fetched. So you may have to the first year, and then kind of graduate into that. That's a good question. Because I thought the same thing. I think, man, there's a lot of bugs there. There's also a lot of good bugs there, too. This is an example. This is Matt Barrington from over in Spartanburg. He works for us. He's in that office. He heard the cover crop talk, and he said, I want to try that on my garden. And these pictures aren't very good, but there's a fence in the background. This is an urban area. He planted some cover crop. And he said, how'd you lay it down? He said, I got my lawnmower, and I lowered the deck, and I just ran over it and mashed it down. So this cover was over his head, and he went down and mashed it down. He went through there with a backpack sprayer and sprayed to kill the cover. Next slide. Just want to give you an idea of what this looks like. That's what I was asking Jason here about planting his vegetables into here. He laid the drip out on top, and he direct planted into this. There's a trellis back here for his beans and stuff to climb on, cucumbers. You get to grow your mulch. You don't have to go to the store to buy it. There's no point. So
did he make contact with the ground?
Yeah. Well, you talk about when he went to plant. So he was telling me he uses a piece of pipe with a sharp edge, and he drives it in the ground with his hand, drops the seed. He goes. They make different things. You can do it mechanically. They also make these. Next slide. These transplanters that you can plant into. They also make them behind the tractor. I know the guys in eastern North Carolina. They're doing some tobacco with this system. They plant the cover crop, and then they ride on a transplanter behind the planter. So yeah, you have to have certain equipment maybe or change the way you do it. But if you have a traditional planter like cold planters or some of these other ones that are used to planting in the plowed dirt, they make a cutting holder that goes on the front, so you cut a slice into that material, and then your double disc open follows right behind that. So yeah, you can get into that. Go back one slide, please. You can get through this material with a blade, just slice it through. You got to have that blade, or else you start to drag everything, and that's create a mess. I want to throw this in here. I don't like to end toward a bad note, but those are. Anybody know what those are in those baskets right there?
Fence material.
Yep. No, not the basket, but what's growing in there.
Oh.
Looks like tomatoes. They look like they're doing very good. What happened? Anybody idea?
It was good.
Okay. Herbicide. You should it. Always one in the month. So, while I talk about, I throw this in there for caution. While I talk about composting and mulching your fields, this particular grower mulched the field after they planted the tomatoes, and everything was like it's good for a long time until it's about time to pick your first tomatoes, and there's nothing there to pick. What happened is this straw that he bought or she bought had been treated the year prior with a herbicide. So the year before they planted tomatoes, prior to that, it was at John Brown's farm somewhere. He was cutting hay, he sprayed it, baled it up, and then took it to the farm store, sold it to the farm store. Somebody else goes and buys the hay the following year to straw their garden, and this is what they ended up with. So what happens is that herbicide was in that leaf material. As it broke the soil, tomato picked it up, and now we got stunning going on, leaf curling, and we got no yield. I just want to say that as a word of caution, yes.
What would be the longevity of that herbicide?
It's on the label, but the half-life, the chemical determines that. This particular one it lasts a long time, I'd say a couple of years probably, at least.
What was the herbicide?
This was Grazon, on Milestones, another one is aminopyrrolid, and
It's still on the market?
yes. And it's commonly used, but it says, if you use this product, do not sell hay from the field. Unless it's for pastures and that type of thing, but we forget.
Where would you use that herbicide?
Pastures or hay fields, mostly.
But is it not going to disturb the soil in the field? Where you can...
No, because if I'm trying to kill the weeds in the field and leave the grass, that's my hay crop, so it's getting the broadleaf weeds.
It's a broadleaf.
Correct.
Okay.
It's used in good faith, but here they just didn't know what the end result of the straw was. So that's all. Some herbicides last longer than others. Just a word of caution to know where you get your mulch from. You go and buy straw, know the history of that straw, and find out. Keep going. So what I want you to start thinking about is, we talk about a 6-inch soil sample all the time, but these roots go deeper than that, and so go home and pull a deep sample. You say, man, I'm about ready to probe going in 6 inches, but if you take a 5-gallon bucket and a drill, with a cordless drill and drill bit, you can drill that out and get that material into the bucket very easily. You just pull the core out from 6 inches, discard that, and go back in the same hole 6 to 12.
You take a water hose and start squirting straight down, and it'll show those roots. They'll be washed out clean.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I've done that before. Just seeing corn, it goes way down there in corn.
Right. And so we're basing our fertilizer budget on 6 inches when we got all this reserve down here. Also, if you're growing cover crops, that material up top is a nutrient grade. You want to cut down on your input costs, you need to use that for consideration. This is a root pit we dug in Dillon County. Bless their hearts, about to get hit with the hurricane over there. It's up I-95. They have a clay soil similar to you. Topsoil on top, where yours may not have it here because of previous cropping systems back in the early 20s and 30s. But these roots, this is a cover crop that's planted, and I'm pointing to a root way down here in this hole. We dug that in the back of it. It's about 4 feet deep. And so we know these roots get down all the way down into these profiles. You mentioned subsoil earlier. If you plant a cash crop behind this cover crop, those same roots from the new crop will follow these old root channels down. So we're cutting back on our utilities where we're implementing the cover crop.
I let the water go down good when it dies off.
You've got to let that stuff get big. If you kill it when it's this big, it doesn't have that big of a root. So we're letting that material get bigger to get those roots coming down in there. I wanted to say that this is the coastal plains of South Carolina. This is a peanut crop. We had a 2015 flood, Hurricane Matthew. The hurricane hit in the fall. This picture is taken in the spring. This is not Hurricane Matthew. This is a normal cropping system, what we call normal where we are. We still have erosion. So you're not alone when we're talking about erosion, not pointing fingers. You don't have to have a steep slope to have erosion. This field is what is laying a little funny about the way the picture looks. It's flat for all practical purposes. Maybe a 0.5% slope, just enough to make that water go one way or another. And you can see we get a tremendous amount of runoff. And it's the problem is, just like that pan we had out front, this guy is plowing this field, prepping it for these peanuts, but then after a couple rains, it gets hard, and then the water starts to move across the field. So we start getting erosion. And this part of this field will probably never recover in its lifetime. There'll always be poor productivity down here in this erosion. I'm going to leave with this. This is just some work that was done in Tiffin, Georgia, conventional till versus strip till, and the amount of water that's going in the soil versus off the soil. So this is some actual research work that was done to verify what we saw out there in those pans. This is the amount of rainfall that was going in the ground versus running off. So half of, in a conventional till, cloud system, half the water goes in the ground, half of it runs off. And that's kind of what we saw out there in those jars, really. When you see less disturbance, this is a strip till where we're just disturbing part of the soil, 80% of the water goes in the ground and only 20% runs off. Now, that saves us soil, it saves the fertilizer that we put on top of the surface, but it also gives us plant available water. You get about 3 more days of plant available water out of that reduced disturbance. Now, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes that's the difference between making or losing a crop. It's very hot here, it's 100 degrees, and the plant's starting to wither up, and we get that summer shower, but if you've got 3 more days to last plant available water before you lose that crop, that can be critical, that can be huge. So it does make a difference how you manage the soil as to how your crop produces. See these little holes right here? That was made by this radish. It's called a daikon radish, a tillage radish. And the farmer, plant seeds in the fall of the year with this rye. And this is what it looks like when it's growing. And a lot of times it'll winter kill. People get very discouraged because they spent some money on this, buying this seed, and they say, my radish died in about January, February, it get killed. But look at all, go back to that, see this little hole? If you had those little divots that are this deep, all the way across your whole field, those are catching bases for that water. So you're catching all that water in these little holes, and the radish is gone. You can't even see it there. It's completely decomposed. I just pulled that straw back and that hole was there. I thought it was a rat or a mouse. And then I got looking, I said, well, that's a mighty perfectly round hole for a mouse. And I got to thinking about it. I said, Jason, did you plant radishes out here? He said, yeah. And that's the whole radish hole that was left there. And when that thing decomposes, it leaves a lot of nutrients behind as well. So
Here, one of those too.
they do. Hogs like it too. So, and this is a tap root here of about 8 to 10 inches, but it breaks off. You can't really, it goes much deeper than that, but whenever you pull one up and try to dig it out, it's going to break off. So, I see she's about ready for lunch. I don't want to stop here, but some things to think about is trying to reduce your tillage. And I know folks say, well, I till all the time. And the potato farmer I mentioned earlier, he tills every year, but he also cover crops every year. He said it's important. And he also tries not to disturb the ground as much as he can. So minimize the disturbance, and that could be even through too much fertilizer, too much manure. There's different disturbances here. Plant different crops. He was talking about rotating out with hay crops. There's all kinds of different crops. Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. And keep the ground covered with mulch, and then have as much living roots as you can on the ground at all times during the year. It'll really help your soil improve. If you go home today or whenever, and you want to assess your field, I just go out there and dig that much and see if you find any earthworms. If you find one in here and there, that's good. But a shovel full, you should have a couple earthworms in a good soil. You read the book, it says 4 to 5, but that's maybe the Midwest or a worm pile somewhere. Generally, a couple earthworms in a shovel full is a good start. And that leaves all those channels that we saw before too for the work. Those earthworms are what we're using to till the soil and mix the soil. They're constantly crawling all through the soil and mixing that material up. So with that, I want to see which one more slide I do. Okay. So I appreciate your time. We have an office that was mentioned earlier. You got a minute to tell about our programs?
Sure. Please do.
So I work for the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service. We're a conservation agency, voluntary. You can participate or not. We're funded by your taxpayer money from the Farm Bill. We're getting ready to have a new one. USDA does everything from inspecting meats to gas pumps to whatever. We're a small agency, a conservation agency. We have an office in Greenville here in the government complex. We've got an office in Spartanburg. Just about every county has their own offices. There's a few that are covered by dual counties. And so I would encourage you, if you haven't participated or you know a farmer, to walk into that office and start the process of filling out an application. And that will get somebody from our office on your farm to look around and see if there's anything that we can help you with. mentioned chemical mixing facilities, we do reforestation projects, we do waterways, we do cover crops, we do nutrient management, stuff like that. We're not going to do the work for you, but we're going to give you money to help you get the work done. When you do that work yourself, we do fencing for cows, we get them out of the streams. There's just a lot of wells and pipelines for water troughs. If you've got a pond that the cows are drinking out of, we'd like to get those animals out of that pond and into fresh water. So those are all services that we have that are available for you to take advantage of. We do have an easement program that we utilize from time to time with permanent easements on land. So that's also an option as well. But I work out of the Columbia office, but like I say, there's somebody within Stones Throw of your area that can
Yeah, Lynn Newton would be your DC in your area, and I've got her card, so I'll handle it. I'll go around and handle it out.
Yeah, so if you want somebody, you say, hey, I don't know what to do. I mean, we work with people who say, I don't even know what to do. I just bought this piece of property. I'd like to manage it some way to benefit wildlife, or benefit. I want to farm it. I want to do this, or I want to leave it with grandchildren. That's what we're there for. So we're strictly voluntary, and we're not looking to write any tickets or do anything like that. We're just there to try to help make a good decision. Productive for future generations. Thank you very much.